All right, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Excuse me. How are you doing? Mercy sakes. Tobacco Pipes International. Welcome aboard. Good to see you, Cincy, WK Popper in Cincinnati. Welcome aboard. Todd, good to see you. Robert. Y'all, Chad, I don't know what is that like too stupid to make paper. Two stamps make postal. Is that, I don't know what hashtag it TSMP means. I don't know. I have no clue. Picking and piping, Matthew, good to see you. The lovely Sue Jones, good to see you. Donald Graham, good to see you. Donald Graham, do you drink? Do you like when you play Santa? Do you drink milk out of the Viking mug for all the kiddos? Terrible spelling, Martin, please. Oh, am I? You gotta be freaking kidding me. What did I misspell? Okay. I don't know what I did. I did something, apparently. I have caused problems. Yes, I have. I must have caused some problems. Things. Today's a tough day. I'll tell you that. Nothing that's not uncommon. It sucks, but it's not uncommon. Not in the least.
Like the whole Irish nation.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one. I really like that one. That might be one of my favorites. That might be one of my favorites. I can't help that. Love that sound bit. Me too. Again, it takes me a while to work on some of that stuff. I know. Tell me about it. I'm enjoying a nice Nub, Connecticut.
Good evening, fellow pipe smokers. Hope everyone's doing well.
What'd y'all
it's
get
Matthew
over
here from Picking and Piping.
What'd y'all get over at Iwan Reese? You know, speaking of that, I was going to change one of those commands. Where was it at? Yep, I think that was it. All right, so that happens. And
I'm getting really sick of guys named Todd.
Right. Okay. I think that'll work. We'll submit that. I am sticking the bowl call as the general chat. So when somebody decides to figure out what everybody's doing, it's 2510s, and you can call the bowl call one time. One time in the whole thing, you can call the bowl call. One time. Gahan's good to see you. Troy, good to see you. Everybody, welcome aboard. Clarence, good to see you. This is a Nub, Connecticut. I get a hankering for nubs. I don't know why. Oh, Howl the Wind drop. Nice. Oh, no. They messed up the order. Ivan Reese is usually pretty good. I'm pretty happy with... I like Ivan Reese. I'm pretty good with them. Who needs help? Oh, don't forget to get your own shot from last night. Son of a... I'm a little under the weather there, Donald, but I will work on that. I will work on that. In fact, I'll text the wife to give me one. I'm probably going to sip on it because I'm slightly under the weather. Sound off in the chat. Does anybody, when you're feeling under the weather, do you have a particular pipe you smoke? Do you have a specific cleaning that you do, or do you go to something like a cigar, or do you just pass on smoking altogether? Which is probably the more responsible.
We're not worthy! We're not worthy! We're not worthy!
Let's see. Because I pretty much usually just go to like a stick. I just find it a little bit easier. Oh, you want to know about Santa, do you? Oh, Sue. I will tell you. Schlitz 40 millimeter Cobb 1Q. There we go. Nice. Troy, is that some Schlitz malt liquor? Sounds like he needs to get some help. All right, the wife is going to secure said mentioned what is it called, vessel that the shot shall fall into. That the shot shall endure. Yep. Oh, let me do this without bumping. Oh, I'm bumping. Oh, I'm bumping. Oh, I bumped. Okay. Yeah. Good times. Come on, papers, move down. Move down. There we go. Yeah, I've been having a lot of fun doing little sound bites for that one UK football player. I love it. Sweet muffins. Ohio sweet muffins. He doesn't tell you that it's Ohio
you know
sweet
who I am?
lips muffins pie.
I'm kind of a big deal.
You just omitted
People
that.
know me. My apartment smells of rich mahogany.
And many, many leather-bound books. Get it, Troy. Go right ahead. Clarence always smokes his Sav 606. Can I have that bottle right there, too, please? Thank you. I told them it ain't any major shots tonight. Somebody is going to be sipping. I'm sipping.
You don't want to get mixed up with a guy
I'm waiting for the wife to come out,
loner.
so we'll get to
Rebel.
Santa when she comes out. Ron Hardcracker, good to see you. Big Country, good to see you. Always glad to have all of you. You know, there's just some Chad. I'm doing all right. I am blessed, and even the worst times are better than some. So, Road King Piper, good to see you, sir. Good to see you. Show that support for the big guy. Not this big guy.
Come on, man.
Not that big guy. The other big, the real big guy. I feel like Friday, if the boy is here, Just spam the chat. Santa is real. Nothing else. Just spam it a bunch. Santa is real. Go, go, Godzilla. I'll wait till the wife gets out here though, because good Lord, we are dealing with what all families deal with that are blessed, and even those that are not. But as a blessed family, these trials come in your life, one way or the other. They do come about, and the only thing is to power through, which is okay. And I'm good with that. I know it's something that's tough, but there are truly worse things in life. Oh, you're friends with that UK player's dad. Tashawn is hilarious. He started at Auburn but transferred to UK. No joke. He pro wrestles. I gotta write that down. Yeah, I forgot his last name. It's something like Tashawn Davis. I can't remember the name of it. That's hilarious. I have to write that down. Manning, that's right. That's right, because I kept telling the wife he's like Peyton Manning. Did you show that to his dad? There's absolutely no ill will behind that. I love him so much, and I think he should be getting flat commercials for what he did. And I love everything about it. I love everything about that kid. Oh, but Big Buck, that's who. I thought it was awesome. Because the wife and I, we were watching that game, because that's what I usually do on Saturdays. Is I'm usually watching absolutely every single game as much as I can on Saturdays, especially when the kids go to sleep. And as soon as it happened, I couldn't help myself. I rewound it real quick, popped it on the phone, and I said, this is a moment that will go down in history as one of my favorite all-time moments in college football. Oh, Donald Graham, a pot of potato soup on the stove? Mom used to make potato soup all the time, and it was very simple. It's just pepper, salt. She'd chop up the potatoes into the nice chunks, and then boil them up, and then put cream in it. And oh my gosh, so good. And then when we got fancy, we tossed a little bacon and cheese on there with some green onion, not chives, green onion. Green onion it's gotta have green onion. That's a major part of potato soup. It must have green onion. Do y'all remember when you're anybody remember when their kid stopped believing in Santa? If you do, put what age they were. I'm just curious if you remember. Oh yeah, chopped ham and bacon. Oh yeah, that's how my mom's from South Carolina. She's from like lady lived on a dirt floor, South Carolina. And everything she did was from scratch. I don't think she knew better. I pop open. I'm not gonna lie, I have some potato soup in a can. I got Chunky Campbell's. I eat a lot of soups just because they're quick and easy. God, your kids, they probably believe now. They just didn't believe then. 7 or 8. Yeah, 8. Chad, you sound like the Crow. Santa gives the worst gifts in the Crow's household. He said, why does that guy get all the credit?
How dare you?
That's I love The Great Pumpkin. We watched Charlie Brown for every holiday that they made a Charlie Brown for. Some very obscure ones too. There's some obscure Charlie Browns. Like when they went overseas to Paris. That one was dark. It was really dark, and they're at the manor and everything. Was it a Hamlet or was it a Parish? Or I forget what it was called, but it was it was dark. It was really, really dark. I remember them having to sleep like in the lofts, not lofts area, but like kind of like where the barns were. Really, really, really dark. And then like Snoopy kept going down to the pub, and he was drinking root beer, but he was getting smashed. Does anybody remember that? Does anybody remember Snoopy getting smashed? I was like, let me guess, Thanksgiving, Halloween, and Christmas. And Festivus. Too many cousins, Troy. Yes. There are, it seems like there's always one that ruins it for everybody. I'm very happy. You think so, Ganj? He was very convincing then. I believe that he believes. That's what faith is, Ganj. Blessed are those that believe and do not see. Oh, the Muppets, Crystal. You and my wife love the Muppets. Well, I tell you, if it's based off smarts, he knows that I wouldn't care if he cared in Santa anyways. Let's see. Rudolph, only the claymation Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Thank you. That's the only one that I think truly matters. Oh, well, let me hit that
Just
real quick.
Look
Make
at
sure.
that grain.
What is everybody smoking and drinking tonight? I mean, it's true. Like, I mean, that's what the crow says.
Oh,
Boris?
no, it isn't. Oh, it can't be.
Say the name.
Boris.
I feel like some people are absolutely trying to diminish the big guy up north. Yeah, that's nice. I like that, Ron. I don't see why not. Oh, I like that, Big Country. There you go. That's a win-win for sure. There you go. I like that. I mean, there's obviously a point. There's obviously a point of their. There's a point at which point they grow up that you kind of just know, which is okay. Oh yeah, some Orlick and a church warden, and well, you all know what I'm drinking. Do tell. Half and half and a Peterson with some coffee. Glum Chum, I'm loving that. I have some decaf. What is this? I don't know. Decaf black tea. Some decaf black tea. Is anybody a Ole Miss fan? They can give me the hot toddy song. If he doesn't, he gets a lump of coal. I'm always amazed by how Patrick could see him. Oh, Robert. Yes, sir. This will be my sipper.
This is Patrick. This is Patrick.
Ooh. That's so good. If you're wondering what I'm... This is a 120 proof, 60% by volume. It is nice. It is nice. I have to pay him $200. Yikes. Ouch. Till you went to college, country? I mean, why not? Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, it's bittersweet, I would say. It's a bittersweet thing. But I've always noticed that I feel like as parents, we hang on to those moments because some of us who, again, were blessed and everything, had wonderful families and stuff like that, and just blessed beyond what we deserve, that we almost don't want to see our kids have to leave the happiness and then have to understand how the world really works. And I feel like that's just like a protective mechanism as parents, and that I think that's okay. I think that's a wonderful trait. I think all parents wish the best for their kids, even though, you know, we absolutely socks and underwear. You know what? At least though, he did have socks and underwear. But and he was definitely considering like the most important things. I should have put on socks because it's freaking cold out here. But I'm sick of Sam getting all the credit, all the money that I dish out for my kids. Well, Gons, I mean, you know, they might be happier when they do leave. But I always feel like it's just bittersweet seeing those moments of change. It's nice to see them grow up. But it's sad to know it's sad to know those days are gone, I would say. But we are going on the Polar Express this Christmas. And if it's the last time he believes, that's fine. I'm good with it. Let's see. Smoking some Peter Heinrich's Dark Strong in a rustic. A Valker? Laughing Moon Long Pot with Flat Coke Zero on the side. Flat Coke! Yikes. I'm not sure I can't deal with Flat Coke. Flat Coke is beyond my palate. One thing that I can drink, that's a soda that I can drink flat. I needed my daughter to come back so she can deal with my unruly eyebrows. My daughter always comes and trims my eyebrows, of all things, which I didn't know was a thing for the longest time. But now that she's trimmed them, now they get extremely unruly. They were like, I used to call me weird. Like if one was very long, I just pulled it out. I didn't really care. I just plucked the sucker. It was no big deal. So far, no. But it is early, Patrick. So far, no. Again, I probably am smoking these a little too soon. I need to give them a week or two. But I just couldn't help myself. I couldn't help myself. Let's see what's on. Let's see what's happening today. I always like, shut up, dog. Good Lord. Let's see what the word of the day is. The word of the day is, I don't even know how to say this word. Willier? It's an adjective. A while ago. A time before. Formerly or previously. W-H-I-L-E-R-E. Willier? Will ear be there? Over there sometime? Will my Amazon package be here? I don't know how to use that word. Somebody smarter than me can use that in there. Quote for the day. You know what? What a great quote for the day. Do not give up. I like that. Do not give up. I like that. W-I-L W-H-I-L, like Will, W-H-I-L-E-R-E. I'm good with that. I'm absolutely good with that. I did not mean for this music to be all melancholy either. I can tell you that. I don't know. I'm waiting for some more upbeat stuff. Will there be some rain? Patrick's got that Colt blood red moon he was waiting on. In a Phoenix rusticated bent apple. I like it. You might only got a couple there, Ron, but that's all you need. Now, what's the flavor profile of the Colt Blood Red Moon? I've heard a lot of people do it. Isn't it like cherry or something? Big country. I mean, look, man, you gotta keep the big man straight, okay? You gotta keep him straight, country. Like a cherry cordial. Okay, I can go with that. And now I just gotta figure out what a cordial is. Cherry Twizzler. Oh, I don't know about that. I have sent out Cherry Haven before, by the way, in case you've never. I McClellaned some Stonehaven with hints of cherry. Ask anybody in the chat that's got any. Let's see. For all of you near the big red guy, it is Alaska Day. I don't know why it's Alaska Day, but it's Alaska Day. Is there like other states' days that I'm not aware of? Developmental Language Disorder Awareness Day. That's a long one. Tough one. I don't know if I can even say this. Does anybody know what a hard-boiled guy or a girl is? What is a hard-boiled guy or girl? That was Chad. Good job using that. You know what, Chad? That's 100 tens for using the word. We're gonna do that. That's what we need to do. The best sentence that comes out. And since Chad started it, he gets it first. So on the word of the day, the best sentence, at my own discretion, will get 100 tens. I like that. Good on you, Chad. Great job. I like that. Robert, does it feel like Alaska? Did we get a cold front or something? Because it's a little chilly. Hashtag trendsetter. Sensei, mine's always out of control. When my daughter was here, she would walk by me and it would just bother her. And she would get the comb out and there are a few people in my life that I would allow a mechanical hair shredder next to my eyes. Odie needs a trimmer kit for Christmas. Get it. Nothing wrong with it. Sounds like the wrong end of the internet. I don't know what hard-boiled guy or girl is, but it's hard-boiled guy or girl day, of all things. Make some Eileen's Dream and maybe really get chocolate-covered cherry flavor. There you go. I don't see. I don't know what it means. So I'm gonna relay them to you. Hopefully we get a happy song next. The boy is suffering from this information overload day. That's a fact. This is a little brighter. I haven't seen one of those in a while. An international necktie. Has anybody actually put on a necktie? And I don't mean the clip on. I mean tied your whole necktie. Do you do a clove hitch? Do you do what kind of necktie do you do? I usually do just the cheat. It's not quite the clove hitch. It's like a half hitch. Sometimes I wear it to church. Special times. My father does a kind of like he's shorter. So his ties were shorter on him. He would do like a double clove hitch sort of. It's not exactly, but he would shorten it somehow. I can tie a tie. I tied one for the boy. He needed a tie done for his Harry Potter costume. I'll tie it again for him when we get to, Halloween, and allow him, and he will wear it proudly, as he did just recently. There you go. You can tie one. I prefer a full clove hitch, but it's extremely hard for me to find. I have a long torso. I'm not exceptionally tall, and this is one of the things I've noticed too. When it comes to different people's height, like I worked with a girl a long time ago, and She must have been all of, I don't know, maybe 5'4", and I'm 6 foot, 6'1", and she was my height sitting down. So that means her legs were like, Yoop. A James Cagney character. Okay. I was just worried if anybody could do it. You can tie one on though, Robert. I got you. Can you? That's going to be a soundbite right there. Because all that made me think of Ganj was Meet the Fockers, and he's like, "Can you milk me, Greg?" That and I am not Meatloaf, Ganj. Thank you very much. It's 2014 for the grandma. I get you. Can you milk a cat, Greg? Can you milk me, Greg? I've got nipples. You can milk anything with nipples. What a terrifying thought that is. Means lacking of compassion. Really, a hard-boiled guy or girl is lacking of compassion. What a terrible thing. What an awful, awful thing. I am always taller when I am longer. If you don't know what that means, that's okay. It's not that bad. It truly is not that bad. I was expecting the wife to come out. I'm not sure if she's coming back out. I think she was going to. I was pretty sure that was the plan. She's a busy lady though. Busy, busy, busy. I don't know why that's popping up again. Feels like it's popping up every 5 seconds now. Oh, I see why. I see why. What is the timer? I don't know what the timer is. I mean, I'm guessing it's got to go at a specific time. There she is. All right, let's see. Oh, there goes the garage door. I kind of want to take it off timer. Because I don't know what the timer is set to. And I don't like that it just goes as it pleases. Because it went really, really fast. And I'm not sure. I am not exactly sure why it would. Oh, I see. I see. I see. I see. I am aware now. All right, I'm turning that off because I don't want it to keep popping up unless somebody's got one. The wife's back. We'll see if she ends up deciding to partake or not. She hasn't decided. If she decides, I'll unmute her and bring her on. I told him I was waiting till you came out so I could talk about, Santa Claus. The wife's upset. The wife's not happy about it. Oh, well, I mean, I took some people in chat and they were like, most of theirs were like, 7 or 8. Oh, you want to talk? Okay. Hold on. Oh, I should have unmuted you after you ripped it off.
Yeah. I mean, I know it's lasted longer with him than with a lot of the other kids his age.
Sure.
So, I know it's about time to, 'cause at some point they'll make fun of him over it more than anything else.
Absolutely.
So, it's probably going to be the last year.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Which makes me sad because I love the Christmas magic. Like when Haley stopped believing, she had her little brother that believed, so that's still made it okay.
Right. Yeah. You still got to enjoy that.
And then she got looped into like making magic. Like you get to help wrap presents and
That's
move
right.
the elves.
And she seems to.
She likes
sometimes it's a chore, and then sometimes she enjoys seeing
Overall,
his enjoyment.
yes.
Which is nice because she gets to see what we saw. And I think that's kind of a cool effect. And then, not to mention that, so he's got one friend at school who's not the brightest tool in the shed, telling him there's no Santa. And then he's got another kid in another class that's bullying him. Keeps trying to hit him with a football, and
that kid is rude.
he says that kid bullies a lot of people, though.
Yes.
It's
No,
not-
I mean,
he's not the only
he's
one.
even rude to me when I went to eat lunch with him last year. The teacher was aware of the kids.
Was he in the same
behavior.
class?
Yeah, he was in his class last year.
What was his name? No, don't say it. But do you remember what he looked like?
Yeah.
I'm trying to picture.
He was new. He started halfway through the year.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's it's gonna happen. I mean, the good thing is, and just it's gonna happen. That's how it goes. I love how Ganj tells me that the boy doesn't actually believe in Santa Claus. It's all my thing, and he ruins my entire enjoyment of Santa. But then Ganj gets completely triggered by this and says, "Just dress like a kid and whip that bully's ass."
I told little man I'll bring in some cupcakes for his class and make sure I have extra for the table that kid's on, and I won't give the kid one.
No, don't do that.
I know
Don't
that's
ever
not
do
nice,
that. I
but-
mean,
that kid was just so rude even last year.
Well, this is what I told little man. I said, son, you got to realize this. I said, you have to understand that kids that act that way are taught to act that way.
Absolutely.
Not necessarily by their parents.
No, but-
Sometimes it's by a sibling. Sometimes it's by something they watch. Sometimes it's by things they've experienced. Another kid that's done it to them. And don't hold it against the kid. You also don't stand down either. I said, keep doing what you're doing and make sure, you know what? Let the teacher handle it. Tell the teacher, let her know. I don't care.
Yeah, and the teachers are aware. 'Cause
Yep,
I
I
had
said-
conversations last year.
I said, don't forget, there are cameras out there on the playground.
Yeah.
And I said, if he ever comes to you and puts you in a corner where you don't feel like you can get away, I said, that's when you ball up your fist and you just go ahead and realize it's go time.
Mm-hmm.
And if he hits you, you turn his fucking face to hamburger meat. I forgot to hit the button. So what I said is you turn his face to hamburger meat. My apologies. I do draw certain lines. I do not believe in revenge or retribution, but I do believe in defending oneself and others. So I do draw the line there. And that's just the way I feel about it. And so, if God. My bad. Sorry. I hit a little trigger. But yeah, you don't. And I said you don't stop. You don't stop on that kid until that kid decides that you are not worth the trouble anymore. So, I'm like, I tell you right now, I said I didn't win any fights. But when I stood up for myself, guess what? They decided that at some point you're just too much trouble.
Yeah.
That will make somebody quit. At some point, they just will find it too much trouble. And that's okay. That's all you got to be. You just got to be a little too much trouble. Donald Graham, and that's two. He's down on him. I can tell.
Oh.
That's what he's doing.
I thought it was two people that think that they're Santa.
I love Santa. He sees him every time he comes his hair and beard in front of the mirror. I believe
Oh,
you,
right.
Ron.
It's Donald Graham. He's doing the car bombs.
Donald Graham's doing car bombs.
Yes,
but,
yes.
But Ron is absolutely a young fella. Yeah, Ganj, I mean, that's the thing. It's like, it shouldn't get to that. But it almost always does. There's almost no way around it. And, you know, it's tough. But that's part of growing up. That's things that guys have to learn as they grow up and understand how that hierarchy works. I mean, it's a dog eat dog world. That's just how it goes. And, you know, girls are terrible to each other mentally, and men are terrible to each other physically. But the difference between men and women is that women will be vindictive their whole life to one single person.
Possible.
Men will beat the crap out of each other and then go hang out at lunch and be best buds the rest of their lives. I mean, it happens. But again, I teach my kids, you know, you don't hold anything against bullies because, you know, somehow they were made that way. Granted, kids are jerks, for real. Kids are jerks. But at some point, you know, at some point, something triggers them to actually lash out. At which point, the only way to deal with it is to fight fire with fire, you know, and not in retribution, not in, you know, an eye for an eye or grudges or anything, but literally simply only in defense of yourself or others that can't defend themselves. And that's my belief, and I don't care what anybody else says about it. And I'll drink to that. I had glasses too, Ganj. I got LASIK though, so it was all right. We're gonna have a little more sippy. Ooh, that stuff is good. Oh, it burns. Oh, it burns. I don't know if that feels good or bad when you're starting to feel like crap. Goodness sakes, I'm hoping I'm going to be all right for this Friday. Otherwise, Derek's going to be running the show mostly. It would crack me up if he had to run the show mostly. I love it. You know what? Dang it. Today was a good day to make meatloaf. I would have made my smoked meatloaf. I make a smoked meatloaf. And today is Meatloaf Appreciation Day.
No way.
Yep. And I would do anything for beef. A little too sick for that range. National Chocolate Cupcake Day. Anybody like some cupcakes? I need to look ahead on these so I can plan better.
Right.
National Face Your Fears Day. That's a tough one for most people. Oh, National No Beard Day. Negative. My wife wouldn't even let me in the room if I had no beard. National Pharmacy Technician Day. Thank you for all those who have compounded all those things with opiates. Newspaper Comic Strip Appreciation Day. What is everybody's favorite comic strip? Did y'all read comic strips in Germany or anything like that? That day sucks.
Pretty sure they have them, but I've never read them.
I'm gonna have to get reading glasses at some point. Smoked meatloaf, seriously. Oh man, it's so good. I mean, it's just your typical meatloaf. little old lady in Playboy. Got it? Big Country said, my mom said if she ever heard I started a fight, I'd be in trouble. But if someone started it, make sure they and everyone who witnessed or hears about it never thinks of fighting you. That fact, love mom. Mm-hmm. Sweet mom. Yeah, I mean, kids should never be defenseless. Right? Meatloaf and bacon. I've seen that. And I'm not sure about that.
What?
The meatloaf wrapped in the bacon weave.
Oh yeah. I've
like that
seen
bacon blanket that they make. I mean, first off, I just
put it like on top of it before.
I just want to fry up a whole bacon blanket.
I mean, I'd be shocked if Amohat hasn't made a bacon wrap.
Garfield and Odie, of course. That's true, Odie. That's true. I think my favorite comics was always BC with the cavemen. Always Peanuts. Peanuts number one. Peanuts number one every single time. My dad used to always give me the paper on Saturday and give me the comics every single time. And so that one, BC. Far Side for sure, Chad. I still have a Far Side, and I used to, I think, have a Calvin and Hobbes books. I thought Calvin and Hobbes was great. Just well written. I love the artwork. It's really good. I would have to say Charlie Brown, though, was my absolute favorite. It's obviously a classic, I know. I like the one about the dog. That one was good. Dilbert was good. Yeah, I thought that Prince Valiant one was a little. I don't know. I don't think I always got it. Oh yeah, Ron. I do a very simple meatloaf, but instead of any flour or anything to bind it, I like to use crushed up pork rinds. Okay, just go with me here. I use crushed up pork rinds, an egg for my binder, and then just onion. If you like bell pepper, some bell pepper, whatever you want. Season it on top, just with a nice pork butt rub. Man, it gets, oh gosh, it gets so dark red on that thing all the way around. And I mean, it shrinks. I'm gonna tell you right now. I mean, it'll start off, it might start off like a couple pounds, but it's gonna shrink to 1.5 pounds. And I mean, when you cut it, it holds. It holds very, very well. And you'll see a smoke ring on that thing. Oh my gosh, so good. So just delicious. Gosh, I love crushed, like my wife and I, we used to use crushed pork rinds to make fried chicken tenders. Oh my gosh, they were so good.
It was.
It was messy as all get out. The binder wasn't, it's not great, but I learned, and I didn't realize this was a keto thing later on, but I learned that if I put in a bunch of garlic and onion powder in there with the pork, crushed up pork rind, man, it held pretty daggum well. Any Cap, Hagar the I do like Hagar the Horrible. Mm-hmm. Blonde, the Born Loser. Good Lord. I felt like that was Charlie Brown. They just kind of stole that a little bit, but I still like it. Oh, poor Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown. It's such a good one though. Like that's a really good one. I'm trying to think if there were any other. Are there any other comic strips? Let's just see what comic strips were. See if anybody's read them. Oh yes. Absolutely one of my favorites. Oh, I like the blonde one. Sunday Comics. Let's see. High and Lewis. Okay, I remember that one. I wasn't a big fan. Popeye. Did anybody read Popeye?
We have Popeye in Germany.
Popeye. There's that one. That's a good one. Garfield.
Garfield.
I'm just gonna pop over here just so y'all can see what I'm looking at. So there's Marvin and Bitsy. Of course, there's whatever this is. Pearls Before Swines. Okay. Oh, there's the dog. Let's see. High and Lois. There's Calvin and Hobbes, classic. I loved. All right. We got you, dog. I loved. Let's see. Oh, there's Charlie Brown. There's Blondie. Garfield. Whew. I absolutely enjoyed Pickles.
Dog is coming to you.
That's one I enjoyed. I see you, pal. Where did it go? Where was that one that I thought was one of my favorites? Did I lose it? Let's see. Oh, I remember. It was back in the list. So one of my absolute favorites was Get Fuzzy.
Get Fuzzy.
Oh my gosh, so funny.
That's got a dog.
Oh, and the cat
Yeah.
was such a jerk, but it wasn't like Garfield. That's the thing. It's like so it wasn't like Garfield particularly. I thought it was a lot funnier than Garfield.
Looks kind of like Haley's cats.
Yeah, this is the one she should read. Like, I mean, it's just it's so funny. Like, let me just so you can see this. So the owner's like, "Is that a rubber band in your mouth? Rubber bands aren't food, dude. Spit it out. You can food anything if you just eat it. Let me go." You can what? The word food isn't a verb, Bucky. You can wordify anything if you just verb it.
What is the cat saying?
I love that cat. This is one that she should absolutely get to, because this cat's such a jerk. He's so rude, but he's just funny. I thoroughly enjoyed that one.
That dog
That was
drooled
one
all
of my favorites.
over me.
Oh, that's hey dog, if you knock over my camera, you're gonna have a problem. Heathcliff, yes, Heathcliff was the cool Garfield.
Over my pants.
I don't know what it was about Heathcliff. I also liked the cartoon for Heathcliff more than I did Garfield. I didn't like the cartoon Garfield very much. Dagwood, yes, I remember Dagwood. Family Circle, okay. Beetle Bailey, yep. Marmaduke, that was the one that I really, really enjoyed. Hot pork rinds, I'm telling you, they're so good. But if you crush them up, stick them in there, it's so good.
Oh, yeah, the hot ones, like the microwave packs. They had a pork
I love
rinds
those
where you could
things.
make them fresh.
Oh, they were so good.